was the one to pick the topic for this. So just to give you an idea, this is a 5 to 7 minute table topic, and the topic is Boris Johnson declined the role of Foreign Secretary. Theresa May calls you up, Florian. What would you do as UK Foreign Secretary?
Okay, you can speak for now.
What would I do if I became the United Kingdom's Foreign Secretary? Well, I would love to do that job. There is a slight logistical issue, however, in the sense that if I get nominated to become Foreign Secretary, this is unconstitutional in UK law. Why? Because I'm not an MP. I am not a member of Parliament. Therefore, if I would be nominated on the Cabinet, there would be a little bit of a problem. Because in the UK Constitution, that is unwritten, bound by custom and weird tradition, you've got to be an MP to be a member of the Cabinet. Member of the House of Lords, used to work, not anymore in this day and age. So the first dilemma is we've got to rewrite the UK Constitution just for me. After that. Let's assuming this hurdle is done. The Constitution has been written. I am now the Foreign Secretary of the UK. What would I do? Well, some of you might be saying, would you invoke Article 50? Would you do Brexit? Well, not so fast. We've got something very complicated ahead of us. Exiting the UK will take a long time, so I will not invoke Article 50 or ask the Parliament to do that anytime soon. For at least a couple of years, maybe actually until the next election. Because we've got to have a plan, we've got to prepare this. So the first thing first is that I will get on with my colleague David Davis and Ian Fox, and we work together and say, let's work a plan to leave the UK. Someone out there has already written a plan. We would inspire ourselves from the Flexit by Richard North. But also there'd be a lot of things to say. Foreign Secretary, I would see as the continuation of national politics by other means. So what would my objective be? So I'd have a one-to-one with the lovely Theresa May, the new Iron Lady or Iron Maiden of this country, and say, what do you want, Theresa? What do you want to achieve as Prime Minister? You've said a lot of very cool things about companies and to have consumers and union in the board, which I think is a good thing. What do you want? Theresa would hopefully tell me, well, Florian, I want this country to become stronger, more prosperous and fairer as well. What a vast program, isn't it? So I say, Theresa, I'll see what I can do. So what can I help? Well, first thing first, I'm a big believer in spending money wisely. So there are some entanglements abroad that I would seek to review. Afghanistan, Syria, Iraq and all these other places. No boots on the ground, no airstrike. This is none of the UK's business, ladies and gentlemen. We will send some humanitarian help, we will accept refugees, especially the skilled ones as they come, but this will be the limit of our involvement. Because we have precious little funds, precious little money, and we must invest these wisely into wholesale, into the economy, into infrastructure. Now, I think that it's not because we might be leaving Europe that we can't geographically leave Europe. We're a European country, and there's a umbilical cord that links the UK to Europe. It's called the Channel Tunnel. We're not really going to explode it or cut it in two, because if there's a train in the middle, they're going to be flooded and everything. So let's not do that. So we will need to seek to develop some very strong links with some other countries. Germany would be one. I speak a little German, so I'll meet with Angela Merkel, my foreign counterpart in Germany, and say, we must develop very strong links with your country. Next up on the list will be France. I've always been a big believer in a special relationship, a very special relationship actually, between France and the UK, as some people might remember from a previous speech. That will be the second thing. I would seek that French citizens would have every right to live, work and do everything they can in the country. No vested interest here, obviously. Me becoming Foreign Secretary assume that I'm instantly naturalized as a British citizen. So we would do all these things. And also more cooperation on military matters, a common nuclear deterrent to save money, maybe common nuclear submarines to save money, and more trade deals and a true single market between France and the UK. Next country on the list, Russia, Putin. Now I think that this country, the United Kingdom, should actually engage with Russia and with Vladimir Putin. He's not necessarily the best president there is out there, but Russia is an important country and we've got to engage with Russia. It's a country with a lot of potential, with a very strong economy. We must engage with them. We must talk to these people. What can we do for you? What can you do for us? We'll sit together at the table, talk about the Ukraine, talk about Crimea, and let's just try and hammer an agreement between both of us. Now, obviously, there's a special relationship between this country and the United States. America, fuck yeah! Now, if Donald Trump becomes president, what do? Will I still engage? If it's Hillary Clinton, well, I don't agree with her politics either. I think in many ways that the special relationship between the UK and the United States is quite one-sided in some respect. We do things for them, but they don't do anything. They don't do anything for us. I mean, Hillary Clinton once called the Falkland Islands Malvinas, for heaven's sake. Is that supporting us? Not really. So we would recast that relationship. It would still be special, but maybe not so special as relationship with other countries. Next up on my itinerary, Australia, New Zealand. Countries we must engage with, develop very strongly, and have a single market with. That sounds like a very long program, but the next election is in 2020. So we would do all of that engaging with country building means talking to people, engaging with the world. Then when we've got a strong position, when we have a plan, a fully costed plan for Brexit, we might say, let's propose a plan to the public, let's have a second referendum on Brexit, and if the people vote to leave the EU again, then we leave. If they don't, if we've got a better deal with Europe, then what's your uncle? We've achieved what this country's always wanted, to be part of Europe and not part of Europe at the same time. That sounds like a good plan. Yeah. Now, obviously, I would have to work on myself a little bit. I would want to seek to engage with all these other diplomats in their own native language. You know, say, I'm English, I speak the Queen English, I'm Royal. British Empire is gone, we must put ourselves to their level. So Foreign Secretary, myself as Foreign Secretary, I wouldn't mind. I think I would have a lot to learn. I would have a lot of really cool red boxes. I would have too little time for Toastmasters, but sure, I would visit London Victoria once a month. There you go. Bring it on, baby.